of the evening here at OMMAC 18 Redemption. I'm Dave Leatherby. Alongside me, Jay Furness. We've got Tom Crosby out of AVT in the white trunks, taking on MMA Academy's Graeme Meeland in the blue and red trunks. Obviously, MMA Academy, well-known team. Jason Tan down there in the corner, and Crosby from your team, Jay, so I'm sure you know a lot about him.
Yeah, obviously he's a guy that I train with regularly. And yeah, very powerful guy, but Meeland straight in there on that footlock. He can't go for a heel hook, he has to be straight under the amateur rules. No heel hooks, but he works the sweep with it. And yeah, as I say, Crosby is a powerful guy, but Meeland, coming from the MMA Academy, obviously going to be well versed as well.
Yeah, always an indicator at this level about how a match is going to turn out when you just look at the strength of the teams. Both these experienced UK teams. Crosby now looking for the takedown. Got to be careful with that neck, Jay.
Yeah, Meeland's working for that guillotine. He needs to defend using that choking arm. Really try and pry it away from the wrist. I mean, the only other alternative then is to slam your way out of it. Came from a rugby background, Tom. So, you know, likes things like the power doubles and, you know, just big, powerful throws. He's had a few amateur fights now. I'm not sure on Meeland's record, but it's looking like quite an even matchup so far. Still got that head in nice and tight, and it looks under the chin. Tom's got to be really careful with that guillotine. As it stands, Meeland's got the other arm in an underhook position, as opposed to linking up the arms for the choke.
Yeah, obviously at the amateur level with the short rounds, it's such a risk, Jay, jumping guard for something like a guillotine. So, I mean, from Meeland's point of view, what does he want to be doing here? I mean,
he's giving it up now there, so you see he's got the double underhooks to defend that takedown on the cage. So he gave up the choke, and he's gone for the position instead. Some big knees coming in there from Meeland. He's changed the position, he's got his back off the fence, and now he's the one pressing Crosby up against the fence and landing knees to the midsection.
Yeah, some nice knees on the inside from Meeland.
Drops for a takedown of his own on that single leg.
Now
Crosby
his
defending
neck's in
well.
danger.
Yeah, Crosby looking for a guillotine of his own. But you see, either go for the guillotine or work for the takedown defense. You can't necessarily do both at the same time.
Very evenly matched thus far. Meeland perhaps getting the better of things, but neither fighter really able to put dominant position on the other.
And he works that trip, but Crosby might get on top. No, good work from Meeland to take that leg to work from the top position. It looked for a second like Crosby might be able to work to the top, but Meeland on top in the half guard. Finally, both guys have been trying to work it to the mat, and we finally get there about 2 minutes into this first round.
It's Tom Crosby, though, looking for the leg himself, maybe going to use that cage just to sit his back up, and he's back on his feet.
Yeah, worked for the single. He might need to switch to a high crotch there, and he does, and a big slam for Crosby to finish the round. Nice hammer fist, low single there for Meeland, but he's eating some hammer fists, and that's the end of the round. The highest intensity action of the round was right there as a 10-second clapper went. Both guys exchanging takedowns.
Yeah, extremely difficult round to call because a lot of it was sort of tit for tat in some of the clinches. Meeland did get a takedown, but at the end, Crosby got a takedown with force almost. So difficult one for the judges that obviously sat in the commentary position. We're not keeping scores. It's very different than when you're the judge sat there. But I wouldn't want to be the judge calling that one, Jay.
Yeah, now they've had a chance to figure each other out a little bit. It'll be interesting to see if there's a change of tack for either man in the second round. Sometimes you just need to get a feel of your opponent, see what they like to do, and you know, now you're 3 minutes in and a round in, you can really try and work your own game. So let's see what comes of this in round two.
Yep, second round about to get underway. Again, we have Tom Crosby from AVT in the white trunks, Meeland out of MMA Academy in the blue and red Venom. A nice punch from Crosby on the start, and he has top position and hammering down some blows again. Looking for the leg lock, but looks like he's setting up a twisting leg lock, Jay, and he can't use them. Yeah,
no twisting leg lock. Exact same position as the first round, but Meeland's managed to work to the top again. That was good. He went for a big kick to the body, and Crosby caught it and put it to the mat. But Meeland's managed to reverse the position. Now he's on top. Let's see if he can control from there and let off some good strikes.
Yeah, very interesting use of the leg lock attempts from Mealand. Obviously, you know, mentioning that, of course, the heel hooks and such are outlawed at the amateur level, but he's still using the threat of the leg locks to work the sweeps, Jay.
Yeah, and you know, you've got to go with the threat. Tom did the right thing and rolled with it. Needed to really put his right underhook in there, but now Mealand's looks to advance to the mount. Has he got a leg caught? Hard to tell because they're straight in front of us now. And Mealand letting off some right hands, and he looks like he might get round to Crosby's back now. He's got that one hook in.
Yeah, difficult for us to see, but yeah, it looks like he might have both hooks in now, Jay. Their backs to us, right in front of us down here, and he's looking for the choke. Not quite under the chin.
Yeah, it's across the jaw there, and Crosby looking to defend by taking that choking arm away. But this is a very dangerous position for him, and Mealand's got quite a bit of time to work. Looking for the short choke, peppering away with the shots, trying to get that choking arm underneath the throat.
Good work thus far from Tom Crosby to avoid this attack from Mealand. Corner of Mealand, calling for him to strike his way into this submission.
And Tom needs to turn into him now, and he might get out there. No, but, and yeah, Crosby almost working to the top. He's inches away from turning in and getting inside Mealand's guard. But good control from Mealand there. Now Crosby's on top.
Passes to half.
And he's got the arm trapped as well on the left-hand side there with his left leg. And Mealand, if he can't pull the arm out, he could take some big left hands. He's managed to free it, but Tom's got the whizzer.
Great matchup here, Jay. A lot of wrestling and sort of scrambles, but very even. Both guys, yeah, good work.
Good
Mealand on top again.
Mealand worked well from the half guard, got up to his knees and got the trip back to the top position. Good, back and forth. Both guys very good grapplers. Two Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt coaches in their respective corners as well. And Tom Crosby rolls to the top.
Wow, and we are back with Crosby in top position.
Big hammer fist coming up there from Crosby. And he's looking to be very aggressive from the top. And now it's Crosby looking for the back. A little bit high there. 10 seconds left in the round. Can he put a stamp on the round? It's been mostly Mealand on top, so he needs to throw some heavy shots. Mealand looking for a single as the round ends. Again, another back and forth round. Very exciting action, very well matched.
Yeah, very well matched fight, as you mentioned, Jay. I think in my opinion, I think Mealand got the better of that round, and I mean, he could possibly looking at being 2 rounds up, so Tom Crosby could need a stoppage here, and it's almost difficult to see any of these guys getting a stoppage. Although Mealand's had the mount and the back, Crosby, to his credit, never looked in huge danger, Jay. Stayed very calm, avoided the choke, ended up in top position himself. So I think it's going to be a hard job for either of these guys to finish their opponent. I'd like to see maybe these two bang it out on the feet a bit, because it's very even in the clinching ranges and the grappling. So it'd be interesting to see maybe a change of tactics from Tom Crosby and try and keep this standing. What's his stand-up like, Jay?
Yeah, Tom's got quite heavy hands here. He has got knockout wins on his record. He only started fighting a few months ago, but he's got quite a few in that time. He did take this fight on relatively late notice, I think just over a week and a half's notice. But he's always in good shape, stays in good shape. And the start of the 3rd round, and Mealand wants more of the same. Shot him for that double leg. And he's got Crosby on the fence. There, he gets the dump, works that top position.
Yeah, fantastic takedown from Mealand, and
Crosby sitting up for a guillotine possibly. Hard to get from that position.
From Mealand's point of view, he's had success in this top position, and he's managed to pass to mount on a couple of occasions. He's had Crosby's back, so he's going to be content to take another round on the mat. To Crosby's credit, he has worked sweeps, Jay. So this fight's not over by any means.
No, and he's looking for the butterfly hooks there to possibly sweep Graeme, and he gets to the top, and now it's Crosby on top, possibly looking for a choke. He might have that guillotine on. But again, Mealand rolls to the top. Great back and forth action.
Maybe looking for a triangle, but he's getting past now. Great action here in this second fight. Just shows that a fight involving 90% grappling can still be very exciting, because this has been anything but a boring fight.
Yeah, and although both guys are fairly evenly matched, it's not been a stalemate. Both guys have had, instead of staying in one position without the other guy progressing, Both guys have had some success. Both guys have had sweeps. And yeah, Milan's had the lion's share of the top position, but he hasn't had it all his own way. So it's been a very interesting fight so far. But you've got to think that Crosby needs a finish from here.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I think he would need a finish, and difficult to see where it would come from his back. He's threatened with the scrambles, but we haven't really seen the sweeps, excuse me, but we haven't really seen him go in for the triangles and arm bars. As I say that, does ride the legs up high, maybe looking to control an arm there on the left side.
There you go, he's switching his hips out, but that might be a pass for Milan there. He's got that knee through. If he can keep that right leg of Crosby pinned, he can slide that knee through and he can get that pass. And he's almost there now. Crosby still holding on to the foot, regains his half guard.
Yeah, credit to Milan there. He waited almost until Crosby loosened his defense and went for a submission of his own and then used it to pass. Good experience shown from Graeme Mealand in this top position.
Yeah, and Tom would need to do something really drastic from this position to be able to come out on top and get the win. Milan possibly looking for an arm triangle. He's got his head in the armpit, but he couldn't work it, so he switched his position. Maybe another sweep for Crosby. Good, he used that cage, but he couldn't quite get his man over. It looks like Milan's going to finish his fight on top position, and that's likely going to be what will win him the fight.
Yeah. Possibly Graeme Mealand, or probably should I say, on his way to a unanimous decision here. Credit to Tom Crosby out of AVT, tough customer, taking this fight on late notice. And yeah, just a well-matched fight, Jay, and both guys show that grappling, is anything but boring when done correctly, and both guys are working the scrambles. It can be an exciting spectacle.
Yeah, it was a good fight. Both guys showed good skills, both relatively new to the game as well. So, yeah, it's exciting to see. We've had a great standard of amateur fighters so far at OMMAC 18 tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by unanimous decision, Graeme Mealand! And his opponent, Tom Crosby!